Alright. Let's make sure this is working. Sweet. Alright. We are doing something new today. I downloaded this program which tracks almost like a career mode for the simulator. So, kind of new where I originally wanted to do an airline in America, but that didn't work out. It's kind of realistic to the point where you don't, it actually takes days and it takes a couple days to apply to a job and them to respond in the simulator. So, I had to select one that was already offered to me, and that was a company named Air Malta over here by the Maltese island. And they're the only ones to offer me a job. So we're gonna go ahead and do a flight from Malta down to Rome, and then I think that'll be it for tonight. We'll get there around 10:30, so it'll be kind of late. But yeah, it should be a fun little thing to do because it's kind of different. So basically, we'll kind of build some hours with this company and then kind of build our resume so that way we can apply to an American job or American based airline. So yeah, 1 second. We don't have much time, so let's go ahead and start prepping the airplane. Let's start setting up.
Roger.
But it is kind of cool. So for those that are just tuning in now, I'm using a program called A Pilot's Life. Hey Logan, I hope you're watching me while you're doing your F1. Make sure you're focused on the road while you're driving. But yeah, it's a program called A Pilot's Life. What is this? Oh, okay, I see. Okay, yeah, because this is different from the simulator time. This is going to be nighttime every single time I fly. I'm going to try it this way, see how it works. And it's kind of like a career mode for the simulator, with the only exception, actually it's not really an exception, it's based off of real time, so it actually takes days to apply to a job and for them to review it and accept it. And the only airline that was able to offer me a job was Air Malta and another one in Iceland. However, the Iceland flights are like plus 6 hours every single one of them, so I was like, this is not going to work out for me. So I decided to go with Air Malta, kind of south of Italy. And yeah, we're going to do a short hop over to Rome. And ideally there we should be doing a leg back. We'll see how it is. We get there at 10:30, and by the time we deboard and load up another set of passengers, it'll be 11, and by the time we land in Malta again, it'll be 1 a.m. So it'll probably be best not to do another flight. Anyways, yeah, so the goal is to just kind of work with Air Malta for a little bit and then build up some hours and see if I can work my way up to getting apply into an American-based airline and get accepted there. Alright, so let's take a look at the flight plan. We're leaving here at 8:50, so here in the next 30 minutes we have started our pre-flight. I really wish I could do another leg back, but it is what it is. By the time I loaded everything up and it was already 8 o'clock, so I'm not gonna worry about doing another leg back tonight. We'll leave here at 8:50 and then arrive over there around 10:30. Our local time will be 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. Right now it's local time 3 a.m. over there, and then we'll get to Rome around 4:30. Listening from the squat rack. Hey, getting that pump in. Nice. We'll depart, and go up to flight level 320, and our top of climb will be around, our winds will be around coming in from the northwest. Estimated time we're out, 1 hour and 18 minutes. We are back in the A320 today, so we haven't flown the A320 in a little bit, so it should be fun. Probably performs a little bit different than the A321, so we'll see how that goes. Taking 155 passengers, 5,000 pounds of the cargo, and our block fuel today is 19,771, with a min fuel for 17,186. Cost index is 47. This is a low-cost carrier here in Malta, so we're going to be trying to save costs as much as we can. Look at the route later. Runway 5 and 23 is closed. This is an entirely different country, so there's going to be different rules and stuff, so hopefully I can follow and keep up with the pace here. Over in Rome, not many NOTAMs that I can see. Looks like Naples is our ultimate. No, unfortunately that will be a surcharge. Coffee's extra. We offer water and stale peanuts. There's a lot of NOTAMs that I'm not going to read. Alright. Alright, so my first officer is Mr. Doyle Moody. We're in the Maltese island. So we're in Malta International. I don't know what the name is, to be honest. I think it's a little blurred out, but we're in Malta and we're flying over to Rome. Oh, which one in Rome? Sorry. I don't even know how to pronounce it. Fumicho? LIRF is the code. Alright, taking a look at our maps and our weather. Looks pretty good. We'll have a headwind the entire flight. Considering that it's going to be a headwind, that means there'll be a tailwind on the way back. So I wonder if that's going to maybe doing the return leg won't be as long. I don't know. Let's see. But it should be pretty smooth weather today. VFR conditions. I'm reading over in Rome at the moment. It is marginal VFR. So, and expecting it to get low IFR soon. So, just something to be aware about. It shouldn't be a big issue. There's an instrument approach. So, right now, they have weather coming in 320 at 3. So, they'll be landing north. We can expect to use runway 34 left, probably, or 34 right. Let's see. Cool. They don't have any maybe 1-6. The ones coming in from the north. We want to use 3-4 left or right. So if they're giving us 1-6 left, we can probably do 1-3-4 right. That's what I love about European flying. They make all these charts so freaking complicated for no reason, dude. But we're here to adapt and learn and be a better pilot. So let's do this. So what is this one? The Lat 3C. What the heck, dude? We might just do the Lat 3C or the Lat 3R arrival. Let's see what happens. We're gonna plan for the Lat 3C. That's the default one, it looks like. And let's go ahead and pull up the ILS 34 right at Udula, and that should bring us in directly. Alright, cool. Now that's taken care of. We got our flight plan already kind of situated on our iPad. Now we got to set up the airplane. Alright. It is a better performance with the computer at this airport, so that's a good thing, right? Alright. That's a nav. It is very smooth right now. I like it. Okay, that's all good. Turn on the nav lights, smoking lights can come on. Seatbelt signs also. We'll test all the annunciator lights. Make sure all that's working. Alright, ditching, auto, that's good. Anti-ice should be good. We're above 5 degrees, or 10 degrees I should say. And then external power is connected. Check our batteries. We are connected. Fuel pumps can come online since we're done with the fueling. Engine 1 and engine number 2. Excellent. This is in data. All this is looking good. Alright, and then taking a look with our departure, we're going to be doing runway 31, the Gozo 3D departure. Runway 31 is a 1.6 miles out from the LM NDB. We'll turn left 305 on track to the Gozo. Okay, 8 miles out from there we'll go at or above 2,500, and then we'll go direct to the Gozo VOR. Okay, pretty simple stuff. Initial climb is 5,000 feet, and then our initial altitude heading is 305.
Security and safety check are all done. Are we good to start boarding?
Yes.
Okay.
This way, please.
Alright. Cockpit preparation checklist.
Gear pins and covers.
Removed.
Fuel quantity.
19,780 pounds.
Seat belts.
On.
ADIRS.
Nav.
Barrow ref.
Boarding pass, please.
That's right. We cannot use inches of mercury here. They do not like that. So over here, altimeter is 1021.
This way, please.
1021 set.
Welcome on board.
1, 0, 2, 1. Set. Cockpit preparation checklist completed.
I'm so Americanized.
Good evening. Welcome on board.
Those Captain Jeeps. Does Liberty follow my way?
There's
That's
your
yes.
boarding pass. Hello.
Nice, dude. Congrats on passing the class. I think with a class that hard,
Hello.
then it's more. I'm glad that you were able to pass it rather than getting a perfect grade. But congrats, that's amazing. Hard work right there, well earned. The Lord is good. We were praying for that last night. I mean, I always pray for you, but yeah. You too, Logan. I pray for you too, man. We all need prayer. Alright. Electrical systems are looking good. And fuel quantities are looking good. We're nice and balanced. Air conditioning is looking good. Wheels, temperatures, brake pads, and pressures are looking good. And again, this is balanced out nicely. This has current nav database. We'll go ahead and pull that up.
Hello.
God is very good. He is so good. And cool, that's loading up. We got our frequencies there. Thrust set to idle, engine cut off, and this is in norm. Radar is turned off, and transponder will get our code here in a little bit. Parking brake is set. All these are good. Oh, you know what? I don't think they're loading passengers, to be honest. Are they actually sitting down or no? No, I don't care if they do or not. It is what it is.
Hello.
We'll say frame rate.
Hello.
Okay. So let's go ahead.
This way, please.
Our flight number is going to be AMC
Good evening.
Air Malta. I don't know where the C come from. 614.
Boarding
Cost index is 47, and we're climbing up here. It says it wants us to climb up to
This way,
32,000
please.
feet.
Hello.
And our ground temperature outside is a nice 16 degrees. And looking at the MEDAR, clear ceilings and visibility is okay, which means that's literally what it says. The
Hello.
weather report says ceiling and visibility okay, which means the weather is like almost perfect. So winds are coming out 340 at 3, so even better. Like, you can't ask for a better weather report than that.
Welcome on board.
Cool. So we will plan on using runway 31, which this isn't closed, is it? I could have sworn I saw something that said it was 5 was closed.
May I see your boarding pass?
That's for Rome. Runway 5 and 23 is closed. So
May I see your boarding pass?
we'll take off runway 31, which is 10,991 feet of runway. Excellent.
Hello.
So let's
Good
go ahead and
evening.
put that in there. Gozo 3D, and we'll put that in there. And pretty much we'll fly. Let's pull up the plan
Welcome
in
on
here.
board.
And we'll pretty much fly runway heading for quite a bit here.
Hello.
We'll just turn slightly left 305, and then
Hello. Good evening.
308 is that 8 mile 8 mile point from the runway where we had to be at or above 2,500, then go direct to Gozo. From there we'll go
This
to
way, please.
Sopier, then Manbox, Dexy,
Welcome on board. Good evening.
B-roll, and then PNZ, and then neck P, and then lat. And then from there we'll do the long arrival. I feel like the arrival is longer than the actual flight. We'll come in and do the ILS 34 right.
Welcome on board.
And we're going to come in and do the lat. What do I have selected? The lat 3C.
Hello. May I see your boarding pass?
I guess this is a good practice for when I hopefully in the future become a international long haul pilot. I'm going to learn how to read European approach plates, which is
Hello.
a challenge because it's a
Hello.
little different from American approach plates. So it's
This way, please.
a bit of a learning curve. So let's go ahead and go through it. So with the Latina VOR, we need to be at or below 12,000, max 230
Hello.
knots.
This way, please.
From there we go to ISPR, AR, and then from there we go bass boot at 220 knots.
Hello.
Turn left to knee bug at or below 6,000, or at 6,000, don't matter. We just need to maintain 220 knots. We'll come into knee
Passenger's
bug,
bus is coming.
RF 481. Okay. Looks like they're slowly loading passengers, I guess. Are we actually loading passengers? Yes, we are. And then we go into the RF 481, and then 82, 83, 84, 86. I don't know what happened to 85. And then 87. And then from there we go to Odoodla at 200 knots.
Welcome on board.
And that's below 3,500. Okay. Then we go to Idabu, and then Inexu. And then from there we hit the
Welcome on board.
2,500. We'll get a glide slope intercept, and then the final approach fix. Excuse me, that's not the final approach fix, but nearby. And then yeah, there's our missed approach too. We'll climb straight out, and then turn right
Hello.
to the Campagno VOR.
Good evening.
Sweet. There's our flight plan. And now we'll go into performance. Calculate our performance. It's 3-1 is dry, flaps optimal, force toga, no, anti-ice off, packs on. We do need to see if there's any noise abatement procedures. I don't know if there is, but there might be.
Good evening.
Charts. Hotspots and takeoff would have been confusing. Taxiway, runway crossing. I don't see any night procedures here.
May I see your boarding pass?
Okay. Noise abatement procedures. Here we go.
Welcome on board. Hello.
Requests for engine ground runs at idle power settings are permitted upon all aprons at all times. Engine ground runs at high power settings must be authorized by ATC.
Good evening.
Okay, we don't have to do any
Hello.
ground, or excuse me, run up tests, so we're okay with that.
This way, please. May I see your boarding pass?
Excellent. So yeah, no noise abatement procedures that we really have to follow, so we can continue on. We'll do V1, 149, VR 149, V2, 150, flaps 1, down 0.3, flexor takeoff to 61 degrees. We have that nicely set up on there. Fuel prediction will come next. We'll come into init data and we'll put in our departure airport here.
Hello. Hello.
Excellent. All right. Let's go ahead and start calling up ADC. What is that? Speed brake. Okay.
Hi guys, here's the load sheet for you.
Okay, thanks.
No problem. Have a safe flight.
I love how smooth the performance is right now. It's really nice. And 127.005. Zero, 005 all the way down. There we go. Okay. Oh, okay, I guess over here it doesn't register the 05, so let's go ahead and just get rid of it.
QNH 1021. VFA conditions. Landing and departing runway 31. Transition level 070. Temporary flight restrictions are in effect for Luca. Advise on initial contact you have information, Victor. Luca Airport information, Victor. 19025 Zulu. Wind 335 at 3. Temperature 16. 2.09 QNH 1021. VFA conditions. Landing and departing runway 31. Transition level 070. Temporary flight restrictions are in effect for
Pretty
Luca.
easy. So let's go ahead and do that, and then we're going to tune into our clearance 121605. Okay, it doesn't want to recognize that one either. So I guess they take away the 5 there and just put it at that one. Right. Good evening, Malta 614, information Victor, request IFR clearance.
Air Malta 614, Luca ground. Thanks for information, Victor. Expect runway 31, Gozo 3 Delta departure. Squawk for 510.
Gozo 3 Delta departure. Squawk 4510. Air Malta 614.
Yes, I do like the IFR clearance.
Air Malta 614, read back correct. Call me back when ready for pushback or engine start.
Roger that. Air Malta 614.
The The IFR clearance for European operations are so much easier. All right. Are you ready for the departure briefing?
Go ahead.
All right. We're on the ground here at one of the parking gates. We're gonna expect a taxi to runway Charlie, or excuse me, taxiway Charlie, and then we'll probably have to back taxi all the way down runway 31, and then get on to Alpha. There's a hotspot 7 there, which is where the runway whole shoreline is, so we just have to be aware of that. 10,991 feet of runway, plenty of runway available. Well, V1 is 149 for any engine failure or anomalies before that. We'll pull power to idle, apply the brakes, and abort at takeoff. Our rotation speed is 149, and our V2 climb is 150. We'll do a flaps 1 takeoff, down 0.3 on the trim, and flex our takeoff to 61 degrees. This will be a left-hand seat takeoff. Again, for any engine failure after V1, we'll continue our takeoff, take our issue up in the air, and come back and do the approach into Malta. Conditions are very good, winds are very, very light, so it shouldn't be any issue. We'll climb up and should be pretty smooth climb up to our flight level 320. Really the only issue today is that complacency. Make sure that we're on top of our checklist and our procedures and not letting safety take a toll on our flight. Let's see, what else? We'll be doing the Goza 3 Delta departure, which is pretty much just straight out departure. Once we're 8 miles out from the airport, we'll pretty much climb up to 2,500 and then go direct to the Goza VOR and then go continue as filed from there. Other than that, that covers everything for our departure briefing. Any questions?
Parking brake.
Cancel checklist.
Roger.
Any questions?
No questions.
Great. Let's go ahead and get ready for our flight. Let's talk to the cabin crew, see where they're at. They should be calling me here soon.
Hey guys, all packs are on board. Are we clear to close?
Yes, clear to close. Clear to close. Yes. Alright. Yes. Okay. Whatever. Who needs it? Ladies and gentlemen from the flight deck, my name is Captain Gio. I am from America, doing your first flight over to Rome today. They hired me because they needed an American pilot. That was excellent. And they saw me and they hired me. Anyways. Yeah, our flight to Rome today should be about an hour and 18 minutes. We'll get you on the ground there around 10:30. We'll climb up to around 32,000 feet. Winds are currently coming in from the north. And we do have a full cabin today, so we ask that you help prepare the cabin for departure by finding your seats, fastening those seatbelts. As we climb up, winds should be pretty smooth today, so we're expecting a nice smooth flight over to Rome. Seatbelts will remain fastened for pretty much the majority of the departure. We do ask that during the cruise, if you do get out of your seats, that you remain seated as much as you can and keep your seatbelts fastened, as we might encounter any turbulence throughout the flight. Again, thank you for flying with us today, and we'll call you back up in the air. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for departure. Stand by for all call. Armed doors and cross check. All right. Can't wait for my first commercial flight. I can't either. It'll be a little while, but it'll be well earned. All right, beacon light can come on before start checklist. Ooh, I did not start the APU. That's a bad thing. Would have been very embarrassing if I did not start the APU before start checklist.
Parking brake.
Set and checked.
Takeoff speeds and thrust.
V1 149, VR 149, V2 150. Flaps 1. Flex takeoff temperature 61 degrees. Set and checked. Set and checked.
V1 149. VR149, V2 150, flex temp 61 degrees, windows,
Closed.
beacon.
On.
Before start checklist completed.
Okay. I forgot to do that. Let's go ahead and do. Set to make the. Should be easy now. Sweet. Let me make sure my program is working here. Yeah, it is working. Alright. Why is he not? There we go. I was probably waiting for the APU. That's exactly what it was. And ground Air Malta 614 ready for push and start.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Malta 614, Luga ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face south.
Okay.
Pushback approved. Face south. Air Malta 614.
Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Is it me or the sim just looks really good right now? Like the lighting and the night sky just looks really, really good. Look at the wing walkers. Oh, this looks pretty good right now. I ain't gonna lie to you. This is motivating me to do the return leg back to Malta.
Locking
It'll be
gear.
like a 1 a.m. flight, but we might, well, the benefits of it is I will catch the sunrise. Actually, no, because I'm using local time right now. The fun thing about this program is that it kind of gives you a sense of purpose with the simulator. So, like, I had to build a reputation for myself. I get graded on my flights. Let's see, you want to go maybe nose left.
Release parking brakes.
Alright, brakes released.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Alright, starting engine 2.
Okay.
Yeah, so, oops.
Cabin crew, arm doors and cross-check.
I get graded on my flights, and then that helps me build an income. So you get a salary, like you get an hourly salary. Oh, look at the plane departing. Look how good that looks right now. The sounds and everything. So I get an hourly salary.
Ladies and gentlemen,
And,
please observe the cabin crew member closest to you as
why-
we are about to demonstrate the safety features of our
Why does it look like
Airbus
it's
A320
dragging something?
aircraft.
The parking
Thank
brake's
you.
off. Huh. I don't know why it's
Ladies and
doing that.
gentlemen, welcome aboard
And,
our Airbus A320.
And like,
Illuminated
it's not like you get the money instantly. Like you actually have a
following safety
payday.
instructions.
So
The safety
I think it's
card
every
mounted
Monday you get paid,
contains important
and then it'll give you your
Set
paycheck
parking
pretty much.
brakes.
oxygen.
And the goal is to
Unlocking
build some
gear.
hours with this airline and then work my way back to America. I applied to Frontier and Spirit, so let's see what they say, and maybe they might give me a job in the future.
Please be aware that your nearest usable exit may be behind you. Emergency lighting will guide you to an exit.
I'd love to do that,
Emergency
but I have a set schedule. I'm going to show you quickly on my screen. So this is the program I'm talking about. It's called A Pilot's Life, and you apply to a job, and it's not showing my job offers right now.
Bypass pin removed.
But yeah, you get a job for an
Left
airline,
is clear. Right is clear.
and you have to build up time with that airline, and they give you a schedule. So this is the schedule I'm given right now. I'm doing this first flight from Malta to Rome, and then from Rome back to Malta, and then it says it wants me to do another leg like that. This one takes me over to Catania, Italy, and then pretty much back to Malta. So That'll be the next flight though. Starting engine 1.
Okay.
So I pretty much need to fly that, and then just keep getting schedules, and then just do as many schedules as I can until I get a contract to go back to the United States. I don't know, it's pretty cool to me. I feel like it gives the simulator a sense of purpose. And I mean, we are doing something different. We're flying in Malta, so I never imagined me doing this. So yeah, it is kind of like Euro Truck Sim. Exactly. Cooper's barking out there. I don't know why. Two good engine starts. After start checklist.
Anti-ice.
Off.
ECAM status.
Checked.
Pitch trim.
0.3% set.
Rudder trim.
Neutral.
After start checklist completed.
Nice Cooper parking right now. Alright. Brake check.
Pressure 0.
Air Malta 614, request taxi to the active.
Air Malta 614, runway 31, taxi via Victor, uniform Tango Charlie.
Victor uniform Tango Charlie.
All right, we'll taxi to runway 31 via Victor, uniform Tango Charlie. Air Malta 614.
Cabin crew,
So pretty much we'll go. We're on Victor right now, and then uniform, and then right onto Tango, and then Charlie. Yes, go ahead.
The cabin is now secure for takeoff.
Okay, thanks. Flight control check.
Ready. Full up. Full down. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral.
Clear left side.
Clear right side.
Taxi checklist.
Flight controls.
Send checked.
Checked. Flap setting.
Config 1 plus F.
Config 1 plus F. Radar and predictive wind shear system.
On and auto.
Engine mode selector.
Normal.
ECAM memo.
Take off no blue. Take off no blue.
Taxi checklist completed.
Alright, our max ground speed, we usually never go this fast anyways, but it's 30 knots, so we can't go faster than that. That's our company airline right there. Victor uniform Tango Charlie.
Obita 2 Delta departure. Squawk 0 for 10. Easy 31 Tango Quebec.
Easy 31 Tango Quebec. Read back, correct. Call me back when ready for pushback or engine start.
Wilco, Easy 31 Tango Quebec. Easy 31 Tango Quebec. Ramp X-ray 9er, request pushback.
Easy
runway 31 is just up ahead.
Over to Tower 135.1, Air Malta 614.
Does he want me to call? Go ahead and...
Air Malta 614, holding short, runway 31.
Air Malta 614, backtrack runway 31. Call when ready for departure.
Backtrack runway 31, call when ready, Air Malta 614.
Good. I'm glad they said that because I would have gone immediately. Runway entry procedure.
Takeoff runway confirmed. Approach path clear of traffic.
Okay.
Approaching. 3, 1.
Flight attendant cease for takeoff, please.
Easy 31 Tango Quebec, ready for departure, runway 31.
Easy 31 Tango Quebec, number 1 for departure. Hold short of 31.
Wilco, hold short of 3-1, easy 3-1 Tango Quebec.
Oh, okay, they're on. They read back holding short, so they should be holding
Easy
short.
31 Tango Quebec, backtrack runway 31. Call when ready for departure.
Okay.
Backtrack runway 31, call when ready, easy 3-1.
Probably gonna have that plane taxi in, so we gotta wait for him to taxi all the way to us. Damn. Tower Air Malta 614, holding short, runway 31, ready for departure.
Air Malta 614, number 1 for departure. Hold short of 31.
Wilco, hold short of 31, Air Malta 614.
Just waiting for that EasyJet to taxi behind us here. There he is. Welcome to the party, EasyJet. What are they doing? Oh, what the heck? Did we just get cut in line? I think we just did.
Easy 31 Tango Quebec, ready for departure, runway 31.
Yeah, we just got cut in line.
Easy 31 Tango Quebec, Luca Tower, wing 29 and 5 and 4, runway 31, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 31, cleared for takeoff. Easy 31 Tango Quebec.
I won't forget this, EasyJet. I won't forget this. We were ready before you. We were waiting for you. The sounds are really good though. I ain't gonna lie to you. Sounds really good. Please tell us to line up and wait. Logan, or is he already sleeping back there?
Easy 31 Tango Quebec. Contact Luca radar departure 128.15.
Contact Luque radar departure 128.15. Easy 31 Tango Quebec.
Malta 614 Luca Tower, wing 29 and 5 and 4, runway 31, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff.
Runway 31, cleared for takeoff. Air Malta 614.
Lineup checklist.
Takeoff runway.
Runway 31 confirmed.
Approaching. 3.
Runway
1.
31 confirmed. TCAS.
TARA.
Packs 1 and 2.
On.
Lineup checklist completed.
Alright, let's go. Ready?
Ready.
On runway. 3. 1.
Takeoff.
Check.
50%. Engine stable. Man flex 61 degrees. SRS runway auto throttle blue.
Checked. Thrust set. .100 knots. V1. Rotate. Positive climb.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Contact Luca radar. Departure 128.15. Air Malta 614.
Sounds really nice
Luca
right
radar.
now.
Air Malta
Super
614.
good.
1,500 feet.
Alright, level climb.
Climb to flight level 160. Air Malta 614.
Set altitude 16,000. That's the island of Malta. Very pretty. Well, I'm sure maybe tomorrow we'll see it in the day when we come back. I'll see tomorrow if we can do the return leg from Rome to Malta. Maybe do a little bit more flying tomorrow. That's the EasyJet right in front of us pretty much. Flaps 1.
Speed checked. Flaps 1.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you made it back to the gate, Logan, for getting your coffee. Yeah, coffee's not free anymore, bud. This is a low-cost carrier, so if you want coffee, you gotta pay for it. Unfortunately, I can't provide the free coffee anymore. Comes out of my paycheck. Flap 0.
Speed checked. Flaps 0.
Man, I love how smooth the performance is right now. It's really, really good. I wish my computer was performing like this all the time. Autopilot went on. Precision altitude is 7,000. I forgot to set that. We'll go ahead and do it at 7,000. What is this world coming to? It's coming to saving cost, man. Life ain't cheap. You want to go to Rome? You better pay up.
Standard cross
Well,
checked.
since this is a low-cost carrier,
Passing flight level 076.
you're paying little, but you're gonna be crammed like a sardine, and you're not gonna get the
Now.
services you want. This is like the spirit of Malta right now, or like the frontier. Pretty smooth flight conditions right now. There's that EasyJet that cut us off earlier. Went in a little bit. I'm gonna turn the sounds down so we can take a look outside. Whoa, that is pretty. Look at that. That is pretty freaking pretty right there. You know how long the runway is? It's insane. The airport takes up like a quarter of the island. When in Rome, go home. It's just some normal hospitality. Unfortunately, you can't bring water from outside of the airplane. You got to buy the water bottles in the airplane.
Contact Malta Control 122.775. Air Malta 614. Malta Control, Air Malta 614 through flight level 136 for flight level 160. Climb to flight level 320, Air Malta 614.
And ladies and gentlemen, you may have noticed that the seatbelt signs are turned off. You are free to roam around the cabin. We do ask that you do remain seated with your seatbelts fastened when you are seated, as we could encounter any unexpected turbulence. Right now we're climbing up through 21,000 feet. We'll be leveling off at 32,000. And making good progress over to Rome. And we're expecting to start our descent here in the next 40 minutes or so. We do ask that you sit back and relax, and we'll call you back on once we're starting that initial descent. We're actually early. We're going to beginning to roam at these times are messing me up, man. It's a little bit different. Okay, note to self. What? I think what I did is I loaded the flight. So when I loaded the SimBrief flight plan, it loaded the original flight time of the local time. So that's why the time is off. We're supposed to get there at 2:30, but
1,000 to go.
coming up close to our top of descent. So let's start looking at our arrival. Plus 129.5. Thousand 800 feet available.
Traffic.
We got 6,827 traffic. Is he coming towards me? Yes. Okay, resolution advisory.
Clear of conflict. Traffic. Traffic. Clear of conflict.
Alright, so Rome weather right now looks like garbage. 10, 19 on the temperature is 10 degrees, and then winds 340 up to and then our ILS minimums 206. Radio nav 111.55 set. Let them know we're ready to descend here. For that, let's go ahead and set seatbelt signs on. And ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, you may have noticed that the seatbelt signs are turned on. We can expect to start our descent here in the next couple minutes. And we're looking like landing at Rome here next 20 minutes or so. So we ask that you please find your seats, fasten your seatbelts, and we'll be on the ground shortly. Cabin crew, please prepare the cabin for arrival. Go ahead and let them know we're ready for descent.
Air Malta 614 ready for descent.
Air Malta 614, Latina 3 Echo, runway 16 left, descend to flight level 260.
Latina 3 Echo, runway 16 left, descend to flight level 260, Air Malta 614.
13 left, okay, or left there, 3 go. Alright. Okay, now that we have fixed our flight plan, I should say, Latina 3 Echo. So it's, we're kind of just extended early apparently, but we're okay. We'll just slowly let it descend here. We'll just actually, yeah, just level off to 6,000. So now it's 108.10, IFLL. And now we're going to go over here and select the right barrel. Slight tailwind, but we still have more than half the runway available for us to land on, so. Yo, what's up? My mic is very low. How about now? Maybe turn this up. Has it always been like that, or is it just recently? How about now? I did some adjusting, so let me know if that fixes it or not. Alright. What is, why is it not taking me the right place right now? Neck. Oh, this is not right. Alright, we're just gonna do this real quick. And so let's try this again. I think that's what it is. We didn't pick a arrival. There we go. That's better. Minus select that, and we'll click insert. Go back to this. There we go. Alright, let me maybe turn this down a little bit. Alright, how do you hear me now? You can kind of see the visibility down there is kind of poor. Clouds are kind of covering the airport a bit. Sweet. I really don't like that they're making me do this entire squaring traffic pattern thing that they got us doing right now. So unnecessary. Like, just have me descend and then give me a vector into the final approach. We have to do this entire little doohickey thing where we go out and then turn back in. starting to get laggy. It's loading things in now. The airport back there.
Contact Roma arrivals 125.5, Air Malta 614. Roma arrivals, Air Malta 614, flight level 222, we have uniform on board.
Air Malta 614 Roma arrivals. Good evening, QNH 1019. Expect the ILS whiskey runway 16 left with the ground condition.
Oh, that is so true, dude. That's right. Yeah, exactly. You see, Air Malta is experimenting with the new unmanned airline planes. So yeah, I'm operating the airline from my seat in Virginia while the plane is flying in Rome. So that explains why there's a lag. That's actually kind of scary to think about. Can you imagine if, like, in the 100 years from now, they actually implement unmanned airline operations and the server crashes? That'd be tragic.
All aircraft be advised the information victim now current QNH 1019.
push to give us some vectors into the final approach. Man, this is going to take forever. Alright, I know it's kind of long and arduous, but we are almost there. Flaps 1.
Speed checked. Flaps 1.
Descend to 4,000 feet. Air Malta 614.
Air Malta 614, clear direct exam, cross exam, tower above 4,000 feet, clear ILS Whiskey runway 16 left.
Clear direct examiner, cross examiner at or above 4,000 feet. Cleared ILS Whiskey runway 16 left. Air Malta 614.
Flight attendant seats for landing, please. Alright, we are going to need to drop pretty quickly here. 2,500 is what we need to be. We're obviously going to cross that or above 4,000, so let's go ahead and try to drop our speed, our altitude here. Some of the altitude for some speed here. We're clear for the approach. Gear down. We're just going to use the gear to slow us down.
Gear
there.
down.
That should help with build some drag and drop us down to our altitude. I see the lighting system a little bit.
Radar altimeter alive.
Alright, checked. Select localizer first. Localizer's captured. Close that auto approach. And then this approach altitude is 4,000 feet. Flaps 2.
Speed checked. Flaps 2.
Glide slopes armed. And then our minimums, did I change that? No, I did not. Flaps 3.
Speed checked. Flaps 3.
Flaps 4.
Speed checked. Flaps full.
Glide slope. Star.
Air Malta 614, contact Clean Tower 127.625.
Over to Tower 127.625, Air Malta 614.
Glide slope's captured.
Fume Tower, Air Malta 614, ILS Whiskey, runway 16 left.
Air Malta 614, Fume Tower with 050 at 3, runway 16 left, clear to land.
Runway 16 left, clear to land. Air Malta 614.
Landing checklist.
ECAM memo.
Landing no blue. Landing no blue. Landing no blue.
Landing checklist completed.
Alright. Yeah, it is pretty marginal VFR right now, like that cloud layer, that fog is pretty low. Alright, 2 whites, 2 reds. I got the runway is in sight. Let's land our first flight for Air Malta. Check stabilized. I have control.
You have control.
Approaching. 16 left.
Autopilot off.
Above. Minima.
Continuing.
Retard. Drive.
Spoilers. Reverse green. Decel.
Check.
$70 knots.
Okay, manual braking. That's fine. We'll just keep it rolling here because we got a long taxi.
Ladies and gentlemen, the cabin crew will shortly be leaving their seats for safety related. However, we ask that you remain seated until the fasten seatbelt sign has been switched off. Portable electronic devices for messaging, calls, internet access remain out. Please make sure you take all your
Exit right
If I bought coffee, you wouldn't know I spilled it. Thank you.
Air Malta 6140, contact ground 122.125.
Ground 122.125, Air Malta 614.
Yeah, it felt kind of good, that one. We'll see what the final report was. I feel like it's still going to report it as a hard landing. Well, it wasn't too bad. It's probably moderate. Alright, firm, but not too bad. 304, yeah, that's perfect.
Air Malta 614, request taxi to the gate.
Air Malta 614, welcome to Fiumicino. Safe parking or advice if need assignment.
We'll take...
Request gate 304, Air Malta 614.
Air Malta 614, gate 304, taxi via Delta Hotel. Delta Echo Golf Hotel.
Gate 304 via Delta Hotel, Delta Echo Golf Hotel, Air Malta 614.
I'm going to follow this down to Delta and then turn left onto Echo Golf. After landing checklist.
Contact tower 127.6.
I got
Radar and predictive wind shear system.
off. Off.
After landing checklist completed.
Alright. See, how much time do I have to get to the gate here? I have the next 4 minutes. More, 7 minutes actually.
Aero Mexico 071 Heavy, cross runway 25 at Alpha Alpha. Continue taxi via Alpha, Alpha Alpha.
Aero Mexico Heavy.
Continue taxi via Alpha, Alpha Alpha. Aero Mexico 071 Heavy. Itaro 776 Heavy. Contact Payam Tower 118.7.
Over to tower 118.7. Itaro 776 heavy.
Itaro 672 Heavy. At gate 703, request pushback.
No free coffee. I'm sorry.
72 Heavy, tune ground, pushback approved.
It's a $3 surcharge for coffee.
Pushback approved to face northwest Itaro 672 Heavy.
Crossing underneath the approach path for runway 25. They're using this runway at the moment for taking off. You can see the visibility is very low going out that way. What is that? Oh, Air Italia. Oh, this is a beautiful shot right here. This is amazing. Look at that. That's really cool. The night lighting in this right now is really good. It's impeccable. The sounds are really good too, coming from the AI traffic. Alright, next turn will be Echo Golf, and then all the way down to Golf, and then, excuse me, Hotel. Down to 304 for our gate. Just get back on that gold line.
Itaro 672 Heavy, request taxi.
Stay golden.
Itaro 672 Heavy, runway 16 right taxi via Victor Zulu Mike Alpha Alpha Alpha. Hold short, runway 25. Runway 16 right taxi via Victor Zulu Mike Alpha Alpha Alpha. Hold short, runway 25. Itaro 672 Heavy. Aero Mexico 071 Heavy. Contact Payam Tower
a very long taxi. I'm down for that. $30, yes. Whoa, 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 let's not get too fast now. If you guys are down, I'm down for that. Let's go down. Hotel's the next one. I think 304 is in this terminal right here. Yeah, looks like next to that Air Italia one. Taxi lights off. I see the hands, they're waving at me and disappeared. Okay. Interesting tactic. Alright, parking brake on, APU bleed is on, engines can come off. Weight below 10% and 1. And below 10%, go and turn those on. And let's go ahead and start securing the airplane. Okay. Parking checklist.
Parking brake or chocks.
Set and checked.
Engines.
Off.
Wing lights.
Off. Off.
Fuel pumps.
Off.
Are you sure about that?
We are now.
Parking checklist completed.
Yep. Alright, securing the aircraft checklist. Securing the aircraft checklist.
Oxygen.
Off.
Emergency exit lights.
Disarmed. Off.
EFBs.
Off.
Batteries.
Off.
Securing the aircraft checklist completed.
Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, we'd like to welcome you to Rome. Current time is 10:36. We thank you for flying with us today. We sure hope you enjoyed your flight. We look forward to seeing you again soon. Flight attendant's cabin is secure. Your jetway is connected. You are free to commence deboarding. Alright. While they deboard, let's go ahead and close out of this so they can stop screaming in my ear. Here we go. Let's go ahead and look outside the airplane. Nice, look at that. Our first Air Malta flight for our first airline that we worked at. Very cool. Alright, let's go ahead and submit the flight, and then we'll see what happens. See what kind of report they give us. Alright. So we just finished it. So now we're gonna go ahead and do submit, or do I do flight report? Okay, cool. Our flight report is here. So max pitch angle, we got pretty much green on everything other than our landing rate. Our landing rate was -409, which is kind of average in the middle there, so moderate, like I said. A little bit harder on the landing, but firm, like I said. Not too bad. But it looks like we got green on everything else. It's pretty good. Landing lights came off, beacon light on and everything. That is going to do pretty good for our landing details. So what's this? Okay, I like this a lot actually, because it shows you if you landed on the center line and then on the first third of the runway. You can kind of see here we drifted a little bit off the center line, but we got back onto it once we got back off the taxiway. But yeah, landed on the center line, landed in the first third of the runway, which is the legal aspect of it. We did have a little bit of a tailwind. But yeah, landing rate, we can probably improve on that. I probably could have flared a little bit better, but yeah, it is what it is. Cool. Let's go ahead and submit this flight. Yes. What happens now? Your flight has been submitted. How much money do I get? So you see now it automatically generates the next flight, which is the next flight is to go from here back to Malta. Obviously we're not going to do that because then we finish at like 1 a.m. and I'm not about to do that. But we'll do that probably maybe tomorrow. We have our logbook. Let's go see. I want to see how much money I got from this flight. We got a 98, which is a pretty good score. 98 out of what? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 out of 100. I got 78 XP from that. Block time is 1 hour and 40 minutes. So I don't know what is my salary. I don't even know what my salary is. I just accepted the job. Oh, $24 an hour. So I got what is that? $36 for that flight. What is, hold on, 1.4 times 24. I got $33 for that flight, man. What the heck? Hey man, but this is the grind. Low cost carriers, they ain't gonna pay much, but I gotta do the work so I can get into the airlines in America, then that's when I'll get the big bucks. Current rating is 98. Sweet. Junior first officer. What did my resume say? I saw something on my resume here. Oh. Employee Gio Gonzalez. Expected to work full time. Pay is $24 an hour. Flight hours. Compensation is an amount. And payment shall be distributed to the employee on a weekly basis on the first day, so Monday. Every Monday I get my paycheck. And the employer is supposed to reimburse me for any travel, food, lodging. I love how there's a whole contract too with like HR and everything. That is really funny. And then you can change contract type. Oh, I have to do it after 7 days though, and you can terminate the contract. I don't know if there's any repercussions with that. What is achievements? Lunch on us. Can you buy us lunch then? No, I can't buy you lunch. I made $30 off of 1 hour of work. Off of 1.5 hours. I mean, considering that I started this at 8 o'clock and now I'm finishing at 10:43. That's roughly around 3 hours actually of actual duty time. I got an achievement for one Instagram photo. I guess my profile picture I uploaded. Where's my other achievement? Oh, here we go. Completed 1 flight. So cool. So then my next rank would be first officer, and I need to get 2,000 XP, and that 1 flight was only 78. Oh man, that's gonna take so long. It's gonna be such a grind, but it should be fun. I mean, it makes it interesting. So then next flight would be from here back to Malta, and then it wants me to go Malta back to Rome, and then Rome back to Malta, and then Malta to Catania, and then back to Malta, and then back to Rome, and then back to Malta, and then back to Catania. This would ideally be like a 4-day trip probably, because then you'd probably do this Rome back to Malta in 1 day, and then the Catania one would probably be, and then Rome would be another day, and then this would be another day. So probably like a 3-day trip. So that will be the goal tomorrow. We're gonna try to make this a 3-day trip, especially since I only have almost like 3 days, 2.5 days on the weekends. Yeah, that is that. Alright. Passengers are coming off the plane. How many people we got left? 66. I'm gonna go ahead and scoot out of here. Let's go inside the gate. Looks like they actually have a terminal. See ya. Beat these guys to the crew van back to the hotel. Nice, they actually do have a nice little airport. Modeled. There's our airplane. Alright. Well, it is time to call it a night. Gentlemen, thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time on the adventures of my Air Malta career, and we'll see where it takes me. Buenas noches. Buenos nachos.